Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be filming something I absolutely love to watch, and that's YouTube made me buy it, is it worth the hype? Because I know there is a hell of a lot of stuff that I've bought because of YouTube, and some of it I would definitely never go and repurchase it myself. I have actually moved backgrounds again today, if you haven't noticed, and it'd be great if you could let me know which one you prefer, because I've done a few now over the videos. Now I have got like two of these massive tubs full of stuff, so it's going to take me absolutely ages to get through it, but I know that as soon as I finish filming this video they'll be like, oh, I forgot to include. So basically, like, if you want a part 2 I can definitely do a part 2, so if you want that let me know down below, and if you do like the video don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to me. It's free and it will mean a lot. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I actually wrote up a little list last night in my vlog planner of different things and who it was off and whether I think I will buy it again or not. So if I'm looking down it's because I'm reading off that, so I don't forget to say anything. So the first thing is MAC lipsticks, and I actually have 4 of these in Blanketed, Faux, Angel and Velvet Teddy. I'm sure you all know what they look like, but that's Velvet Teddy, which is my favourite one. Now for $15.50 they're not worth it. Like, since I've discovered liquid lipsticks recently from NYX and stuff, which are probably like £7, half the price, they're so much better, and I just don't even use these anymore, so I feel like they're kind of such a waste, but they're just hyped over way too much in my opinion. Now the next thing is their Freedom Brow Pomade in Blonde. Now the person I watched use this a lot was Soph Does Nails, and I actually absolutely love this. Like, I've used it every single day since I bought it. I think it was £5, and I just think like there's nothing I've tried that's better for my brows, and it's really similar to like the Anastasia one, but a third of the price. If you can get your hands on it, definitely do. So the next thing isn't quite like makeup related as such, but it's one of these Gorilla Pod tripod thing. Now they're good, but they're supposed to stop your camera shaking when you're vlogging, and I just don't find they work. It's easy just to carry your camera around on its own, so yeah, it's only £1, so maybe it's good because if you're standing your camera on something, but they're not really that great as what people make out they are. Now the next thing I have is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover, and I think this is around the £10 mark. I actually saw this on Nikki Tutorials channel, and I bought this in the shade 12 Natural Rose, and this is like better than all of my high-end foundations. Like, nothing beats it in my opinion for coverage if you have bad skin. I'm wearing it today, and I bought a darker shade so I get a bit of a tan because I'm so pale, but it is just like the best foundation in the world, and if you can get it, just try and get it. Definitely worth the hype. Again, another slightly random thing, but it's these like eyeshadow shields. I don't know what you call them. So basically you stick it under your eye and then it gives you the shape for you to do your eyeshadow in. And I saw these on, my name is My Pale Skin here on YouTube, and like they're okay on eBay because they're like $1.50 for about 50 of them, but when you come to peel it off it rips all of your skin with it, and because I have sensitive skin it makes it really like red and sore afterwards. So me personally, I've used them once and I'll never use them again, so they're definitely not worth the hype. Got another one of those pink tubs here, and this is literally like the biggest thing I've ever seen of candles, but it is Yankee candles. So I've got one of the actual jar ones in Moonlight, and then I have a load of these ones in Christmas Cookie because it's like my favourite scent ever, and I was thinking I'll buy it at Christmas, so I burn it all year round. And then I've just got loads of their tea lights. Like, there's about 30 tea lights in there in all the Christmas scents from the advent calendar. So there's not like one particular channel that I thought, oh yeah, Yankee candles, I'm going to buy them, but just in general I feel like everybody uses Yankee candles, and that's probably why I've gone and bought it, because like £8.99 for a candle, or £2 for that's alright, but they don't burn forever and they're not the strongest things in the world, so I feel like they're not worth the hype, because you can go to Primark and get a £1 candle and it'd be just as good. Do you know what I mean? So no, I won't say they are worth the hype. The next thing I have is very random, but it is a glue gun. Say like I include this in it because I did buy it because of YouTube, because on Jazzy Bum's YouTube channel, she's always doing DIYs that I want to try out and do, but obviously she's using a glue gun, so I went and bought this one for £5 from Hobbycraft, and yeah, it is okay, so I kind of say it's worth the hype if you want to do DIYs. And then of course the next thing I'm going to be showing you is the Alex 9 drawers, because I think every single YouTuber you've ever known has probably mentioned these or owns them or something about them. I personally don't actually store my makeup in them because I feel like have it organised in a different way, which I like. I use them for other things, but for £90 they are good, worth the money, but if you're buying them just because other YouTubers have them, there's probably better things for you out there. Personally, that's what I think anyway, but they are good quality. They're kind of worth the hype, I guess. It's kind of down to personal opinion on that one. So the next thing is going to be these cropped hoodies, which I have been living in lately. So this one is just from Primark, which you've probably seen in one of my recent hauls. I probably started wearing these because of Floral Princess Anastasia, and they're definitely worth the hype because I loved cropped stuff to start with, so the fact it's down in a hoodie is like my most ideal thing in the world. But if cropped hoodies aren't for you, then maybe not, but Primark and stuff, £7, they're definitely worth the hype. So one of the next things I have to talk about is the Sleek Cream Contour Kit, and I actually saw Saffron Barker using this over on her vlog channel, I think it was. I was like, oh, that looks good, I'll try that. So it's just got your 3 like setting shades and then your 3 contour shades. It is the most orange, horrible thing I've ever tried to use. Like, I've never tried cream contour, so maybe it's just that I don't get along with it personally, but for £10 I feel like I just completely wasted my money on this. Like, if I just swatch it on my hand for you, I don't know if it's because I'm super pale, but that is so orange, and I just get along with powder products like this so much better. Although I do like the collection cream contour sticks, that blends so nicely, but this, it just doesn't work, so this is definitely not worth the hype. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW15, and I mainly got this because Eve Bennett used it, and she used it on her spots probably like a year and a half ago. I got this now, and it's £15. It's like, you can tell it's nearly empty, but considering I've used this every day and it's the most full coverage concealer for spots I've ever had, it is definitely worth the hype if that is something you want from a concealer. Two of the next things I have are the Revolution Retro Luxe Matte Lip Kit. So I have this one in Grande and this one in Rain, and they just come with a lip liner and the liquid lipstick. Now don't get me wrong, the lip liners are the most creamy, beautiful things ever, but the liquid lipsticks are terrible. They're sticky, and like every time you go, your lips stick together like you've got a really horrible glossy feeling on them when they're supposed to be matte. So for £5 or £6, I think it was £6 each, I would not say these are worth the hype. Maybe Revolution liners on their own would be, but not with the liquid lipstick. Although I do love all of their other products, don't get me wrong, so I'm not slating the branding anyway, it's just these and personally I don't like. I have another MAC product next, and that is a MAC lip liner, and the one I bought is in Spice to go with Velvet Teddy. She's just this colour there. They're okay, but for £13 I don't really use lip liners at all. I just put the liquid lipstick or whatever on its own. So personally for me, definitely not worth the hype, but if lip lining is something you like to do, then yeah, they are worth the hype because they're creamy, they're long lasting, and probably the best lip liners I've personally ever tried, although I've not tried that many of them, so I can't really judge. Next things I have are the Rimmel Oh My glosses, and I got these yesterday after I saw them in Emily Cannon's in my new in makeup drawer, and I thought, oh, they look nice. So I got this one in My Eternity and this one in glossy cat, and I think these were £5.50 each. I would say these are worth the hype, even though there's not much hype about them at the moment. I am wearing this one today over liquid lipstick, and I find that it's nice when you do that because it gives it that like sheen effect, because liquid lipsticks can be really drying on their own, but I don't necessarily want to just wear gloss on its own because that's not what the finish I'm really after. But they're pretty much worth the hype for £5.50. They're good lip glosses. And another product I have from Dramatic Mac's channel is one heck of a blot Soap and Glory primer. She's always going on and on about this, and I recently bought it myself because I thought, well, I'm gonna see what it's like. It was £10. It's just like this clear kind of silicone. It's like water-based primer. I don't think it's worth the hype personally. I much prefer my collection one, which was £4, the primed and ready, which is like pure silicone coming out because it covers up all my pores. But keeping on your makeup, it does keep it on, so it depends what purpose you want it for as to whether it's worth the hype or not. So that's kind of your decision again, I guess. And then one of the next things I have is washi tape to use when you're doing your eyeshadow. Now for me, this is definitely worth the hype because you just put a little bit on and it gives you the straight line you want. And this is recommended all over YouTube. It's probably like £1.50 for about 8 rolls of it on eBay, and they're quite pretty designs as well you get to pick, so worth the hype. The next thing I have to talk about is the I Heart Makeup Naked Chocolate Palette. This is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes, and I do like the Too Faced chocolate bar palette with 16 shades in there. I'm sorry if you're getting blinded. And this is definitely worth the hype because I think it was like £6, and it is. The colours are just so nice, like one swatch of it. That's probably not the best colour to show you because that's not going to show up, but it's just super pigmented, super creamy, and the shimmers are like true to what they say. They are genuinely shimmers, and the mattes work as really good crease colours. So yeah, definitely worth the hype, and probably any of the other Naked Chocolate palettes as well. Final makeup product I have to talk about is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, like water, I guess. So this is just a spray. Personally, for setting my makeup, I won't use it because it makes absolutely no difference, but I have quite dry skin, not oily, so maybe if you have oily skin it would. I paid £10 for this much of it last August, and there's still a little bit left in there, so it's not too pricey for matte. In terms of priming, it's good because if I spray this on my brush before foundation, it works really well. Spray a little bit of this on my brush, my eyeshadow brush, before I use a shimmery colour. It helps bring out the colour so much, it makes it super pigmented. So for those reasons, I would say yes, it is kind of worth the hype, but it depends on the purpose you want to use it for. I'm sorry about how long this video is getting, and I could talk about so many more products, but I'm just going to say 2 more because I need to kind of cut it short now. The first one is this stationery set by Gabby Velvet Ghost at Primark, and I just thought this was the cutest thing ever when I bought it. It was £5, but to be honest, I've never used it, so for me it's not worth the hype. And the final product I have to talk about is my Zoeva Rose Golden collection, with 12 of their eye brushes, concealer brushes, brow brushes, all that sort of stuff. It's an iffy one because I think they're like £75, so for brushes it's a ridiculous price, but they work super well, and I only recently got them. I couldn't say I like the quality, but they're all super soft and they make your eyeshadow so easy to blend. So for me, they're worth the hype if you're looking for a high-end brush, but for the price, maybe not so much. So that is everything I have to talk about in this video. I'm sorry about how long I know it will have been. If you have liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future, and if you would like to see a part 2 for this, as I would love to film that, and definitely have a lot more products I could use to film that with. And just before I go, I'm going to mention I was going to include the Morphe 35T because I've seen that on like Beauty Spectrum, Lizzie Barnett, Anastasia, like so many channels, but I've had issues with it because it said it had been delivered yesterday and it's not here, so I don't know where it is at the moment. I'm trying to get in contact with Beauty Bay to say if that's worth the hype, so I'd include products like that in my next video if I was going to do it. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!